All right, Bomb Squad, before we get started on today's adventure, I want to send a big shout out to John Mitchell. I've adopted him as a new artist. He doesn't know that yet, but he didn't even get a chance to meet him. But I met the gentleman from the Too Tall Okie Signs and Such in Dewey, Oklahoma. They gave me the Hard Luck Award for wadding my car up, but I was dragging it around the adventure and they thought it was pretty cool that I didn't just tuck my tail and go home. So they had original artwork in the building and I was drooling over it. It's Ratfink style, super phenomenal. It was all hand done. The guy goes, oh yeah, the artist is out here. Long story short, I followed him on Facebook. I watched him draw a couple pictures in the course of like one day, and I reached out to him and I commissioned him to do a Maliboom with a monster. Here it is, check it out. The original artwork is on its way. I already have the file sent over to make stickers for my boy SoCal Sticker Kings. If you need stickers, please hit him up, reach out to me, I'll get you in touch. Best stickers around. And we're gonna sell them. All the proceeds are going to help rebuild the Maliboom. It's a limited run. I have about 300 stickers, and then I believe I'm gonna sell them for around $10 a piece. And again, all the money will help me rebuild the car. A lot of people have reached out and asked how they could help. I'm gonna put my PayPal link in my Instagram. I'll put it on my YouTube page as well. And then you can just go there and tell me to send you a sticker, give me an address, and I will shoot it off to you. And like I said, they're already in the works, and I couldn't be more excited. So thank you for all the help. Thank you for the support. On with the show. What is up, Bomb Squad? Welcome to the Burndown YouTube channel. Today is the day we start the road, hopefully to redemption. I got a few parts for my buddy Gene, so let's go check that out. And then if you're wondering how you go about fixing something like this, I don't know either. I've never had to fix a wrecked car, but we're gonna take it step by step and day by day. We're gonna try to get back to the big show at Rocky Mountain Race Week is the plan and the goal. And hopefully we're able to do that. So my buddy Gene, who actually sold me the fiberglass, the Bluetooth fender that used to be here, but he sold me the hood and both fenders. He reached out and said, hey, if you need control arms, I got you. So he gave me both uppers and then one lower. This should be the passenger side. And then he even gave me a knuckle just in case. So this one is folded up. I mean, we'll show you back there, and then this is folded up. So essentially today's mission is to take the bent stuff off, take these control arms, all that stuff off, and then hopefully this bolts in place is what I'm hoping for. And the tire might not be exactly where it's supposed to be, but this is so far back it hits here and it won't roll. So we need this guy to roll so we can put it on a frame rack. So I should be able to put it on a frame rack within a week or two, so maybe next week or the following week. But I need to get it ready to go, so when they call me up, and they're doing me a solid, a favor. So when they call me, I need to be on their schedule and be ready to roll. So we're gonna do this today, kind of get it ready to roll. And then if we could sort that out, that would be cool. And then from there, I'd like to remove the motor or the drivetrain and open it up, make it easier to push around, because right now we kind of have a non-runner. I think the car would probably run. I haven't tried to start it. We're not really gonna mess with that too much, because like I said, I'd rather get the weight out of it, and that way we could push it around on the frame rack. And I think you need all that stuff out of the way anyway, so they can square the frame and all that stuff up. So that is my guess, and that's what we are working on. So let's start taking broken ass junk parts off this thing. So here is the upper control arm. She's got a little bow to her. And then we pretzeled this one. This seems like pretty thick tubing, but it's not terribly thick. So probably kind of helped that this thing kind of crumpled, I would say. It actually looks like my shock was all right, because this little part swivels. It's not really bent up or nothing. So this is nice. We can probably recoup something. These are in good shape if we, you know, get the chance. So that would be cool. Ball joint was good. So mainly just these two donkeys got watered up, and then the frame did get pushed over right here. So when it pushed hard, it buckled this part. So I'm hoping when we kind of straighten this back out, this kind of comes back to life. But this looks pretty good, you know. So I'm hoping that we just move this enough and that all this stuff from here back is kind of straight, and then we cut this wherever we need to, and this will all get clipped out. So technically I don't care about none of this stuff. But did it push the turbo over, pretzeled that? We'll have to take off more of the stuff. But yeah, your boy's welds held though. Look at that. Amateur hour did a good job, so that was cool. And then I'm hoping that just when this hit, it didn't really hurt nothing on this guy, because that will be a sad day. So I'm hoping this dude's good to go. It looks like he didn't touch anything. This is all mud. So yeah, I lifted it up a little bit. That's a hard hit, man. So let's see if we can put the control arms on and it bolts down, and then hopefully that puts the wheel where it'll roll. And that's today's adventure, man. That's what we're looking for. Oh, this guy looks pretty good too. So somebody's asking about this rack, and I was like, oh, I think it got watered up, but actually this doesn't look all that bad, and this bolts through, so that might be salvageable. And yeah, see, she's straight. So maybe this is something we could send to another home. This rack, these boots are roached anyway, so it needs new boots, but everything was fine on it. So that might be another piece that, you know, somebody else may be able to use. So it's cool, man. We'll just dig into it. Let's see if we can get these control arms on. All right, so the lower control arm Gene gave me came pre-lubed, so it looks perfect with the rest of the frame, so it'll fit right on there. So let's see if we can squeeze this on there. The hardware is a little bent, but I think it'll be all right. So let's see what we can do about putting this thing down, and then if we get this on, and then this got some action too. But like I said, I'm hoping that, I mean, if I have to, it'll unbolt, hopefully, and then maybe we can beat on that, kind of square it up a little bit. So we'll probably end up doing that because this piece comes off. So we'll see if we can maybe put some heat on that, beat the hell out of it, so at least the thing will kind of reconnect. But I'll just use this whole spindle. This spindle looks fine. So let's just see if we can get control arms on. We'll do spindle last, and I'll beat the hell out of that with a little heat and see if we can't get her a little better than that, so it'll bolt down and we'll have the steering wheel. All right, we made a bit of progress. Threw a bunch of anti-seize on this so we could probably lift it back up. The bolts went through. This had some boogers on it and I couldn't get it in. I was like, man, I hope this thing's not tweaked, but it looked close. And we just had to grind some stuff down. I had to square up that hole, and then Bob's your uncle, we just, you know, gave it a talking to with the little dog over there, and it went in. This dude went in good. And then I don't know how offset the spindle itself is, but I guess we're gonna find out. So hopefully the thing goes in there and then keeps the tire off of here. Life will be gravy. And I'm gonna get some lunch and then we'll keep on rolling. Ta-da! Everything's on there, it's loose. But here's the moment of truth. Took the tire off the other side, so we're gonna see if we can get it on here and if it'll at least kind of clear stuff. So keep your fingers crossed, boys. Go, go, gadget tire. Oh yeah, baby. All right, we have a roller, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, Tweely D and Tweely Dum. Kind of in the way, but we'll move those dudes. So yeah, we're cool. We're gonna be straight. Well, we're gonna be a roller again. We can set her back down on the ground. Okay, let me kind of tighten all that stuff up a little bit. Move the Bobsey twins over here. These look like those pipes that the dudes make with the fish tails on the Harleys. So I bet those would sound pretty rowdy. Okay, let me snug it all down. Throw this thing on there. Set her back down. a lowrider if I ever saw one. I need to tighten up that spring, obviously, to hold the car up. So I'll have to do that, but tire's close, but it'll roll. And that's what counts, I think. And then I need to tighten up the nut on the backside of this guy. So, yeah, I mean, everything's super low, but that allows it to roll. And like I said, we'll tighten this side up. We're gonna pull the suspension, or the, we are going to pull the drivetrain, so that'll lighten the load anyways. So I don't want to get too froggy with tightening that up, but she's back on all fours, and that was kind of the goal, so I'm super stoked on that. Look at that poor boom. Looks better with a better tire on it, but yeah, she's back a little bit. So let me kind of lift that up a little bit, and we'll bring it. We got her picked up a bit. I could probably come up a little more, but all in all, it's not terrible. I think it would roll. Like I said, we'll pick it up a little bit. It's super hot, but hell yeah. I ended up finding the proper castle nut for the bottom guy down there. Everything is on. So she's still tweaked, but this thing fit. But yeah, I don't think it messed any of that stuff up, so that's good. And it's loosely on there, but everything's safe. You know, you could roll it around without anything popping off or hurting nobody. But yeah, check this boy out. Look at her. She needs a little love on that side. So also, buddy reached out to me. He found an old school rack shop that specializes in older cars. They do it old school. It's a father-son team, reasonably priced. So that is a third option to get this thing squared away, but I'd like to square it up. If you're wondering why I'm not doing a frame, is the cage is actually tied into the frame. So if we did a frame, I mean, I'd be doing a cage too. So I'm hoping the damage can be repaired and squared up enough in the front. The cage doesn't look like it got pushed on because I don't have the through bars. Luckily, because if I did, it would have pushed on the cage and probably would have tweaked this whole thing even worse. So they can square that up enough to clip it, and we can wiggle the back over just a little bit to make it a little bit better. I think we'll have a race car back in action. So I'm excited, man. We're hustling, we're moving on this thing. I'm not playing around. We got to try to get this thing back in action. I appreciate all the support. Leave the bombs, leave the booms. Let's go. Until next time, I'm out.